Yes, I'm a gatekeeper and a hater. I'm also God's favorite princess and the most interesting girl in the world.
Okay, hey everybody, how are we doing? Welcome. Is everybody having a good day today? Is everybody well today? Today? Yes, I'm late. I was editing. I was editing 2 videos for the weekend, and also finishing off the build video that I've done for, or I started recording for the Wood Elves, and then got incredibly distracted, and didn't finish it because I was building the rest of the bloody things. So I finally finished doing that one because I wanted to do like an excited build video for the Wood Elves, and now I've got to do a painting video. I've got to record a painting video for these because these, honestly, guys, this just looks. Let me see if I can get those in focus. They just look really cool. This, I can imagine this across 30 Glade Guard is just going to look amazing. So I'm super excited. How are you doing, Luna? Hello, everybody in chat. We have a War Masters who has told me I'm late. We have a Hendy who has told me I'm late. We've got a Tari too who has told me I'm late. We have a Sophie, a Wolfie, a Ren who has told me I'm late. And a Luna. Hell Cannon came out. I love it, and I can't wait to get a second one. Oh my god! I will get a Hell Cannon. I will get. I would like. I think the Death Shrieker. I think everybody said the Death Shrieker is really good, so I'm going to try and try and print two of those. I want the Hell Cannon and the Mortar. What do you mean you're not highlighting every surface? I have actually. If you look very carefully, I have highlighted every surface. Just not. I mean, this one isn't finished. Where's the finished one? There's the finished one. I love them. I love them. And I'll give you your early for once. No, not early. I am definitely late. I'm an hour late. But yeah, I've just been doing some stuff. Not the horses, but the coach itself could be a good basis to work from. Ooh. Let's have a looky-look-see. Yeah, if anybody was, I'd like, all I'm going to do today. It's not bad. It's a bit blocky. It's a bit blocky and cartoony, but it's not bad. I still really like the actual AOS black coat, so I'll probably just try and fit that black coat onto a slightly longer base. How are you doing? So yeah, all I'm going to do today, I'm just going to kind of chit chat. So I'm going to read every single line of chat. I promise. I'm going to read all the chat. We're going to chit chat with you all. We're going to talk about Tobes's Nurgle Chaos Army, I'm sure, and I'm going to put the rest of the bases on these because that's the ground layer, and then we have to put on the top layer. So I need to get my no painting. I might paint a bit of these. So these have I need to do the skin on these. I need to do the gold, etc. So there is bits I can do. So I'll probably paint a little bit, but I wanted to kind of chit chat to you lot anyway. List building for 5 new armies. No. Ooh. Vampire counts. Yes. I think we broke him. Cut the first pair of horses of the AOS one, then tilt the carriage so it looks like it's charging down. Yes, yeah. Like the one that we found on the internet yesterday. So we'll cut the first pair of horses off. We'll fit it on like that slightly longer base because there's no way that is meant to fit on a 50 by 100 chariot base. So if that ever gets like support or whatever, or they change run through and change things. That was just like, oh, it's a heavy chariot or it's a light chariot. It will go on a 50 by 100. Does a coach still power up to be able to fly in? I don't know. Flex on those nerds. Fit it on a 50 by 100. I mean, yes. So the idea that I had, for those of you who don't know what the fuck I'm on about, I kind of want a black coach. I kind of want a black coach for the vampire counts. And if you Google, somebody's done one, black coach in Old World. There we go. So somebody's done one. There it is. So somebody's done one where they take the black coach and they remove 2 of the horses, and it just kind of fits in. I've just opened that up in a new tab. There we go. So it fits on a more appropriately sized base, because this thing is fucking huge. That's 170mm base, and it already overhangs. So I really like the black coach, and I think it's awesome. And I really like this black coach. I think this black coach is awesome. The only thing I don't like about it is that I don't want all the ghosts. So I'm just going to not glue all the ghosts on, cut them all off, trim them off. I might make a skeletal or vampire or like some Thrall-like rider. Take 2 of the horses off, put the little spike at the front and everything. I want to take off a lot of the stuff underneath so that it sits on the ground a little bit better. But what you can do is, if you just kind of angle it and just stick it up and have it like flying, so like when it charges, a unit can sit underneath it kind of thing, then it might be quite fun. Tactical rock flying stand, yeah, kind of cool though. It's a sick model. So yeah, I would like to get one of these, and just sort of, if I can. So in the Bram Stoker's Dracula, in the scene in Bram Stoker's Dracula where he's riding the coach down to, and I think probably Nosferatu as well, because Nosferatu, they get chased by direwolves, don't they, as they're riding down the path to the castle, Dracula's castle. So as it's like bouncing around and all that sort of stuff. So I might just do like a bouncing one with the horses flying a little bit. I don't know whether to use the Black Knights. Might use the Black Knight horses, because again they're a little bit less ghosty. I don't really want ghosty ones because it's vampire counts, like stereotypical old world vampire counts. Tactical rock flying stand. Tactical rock flying stand. Just get a 50 by 100 base and then just stick it like 6 inches in the air. Bah! That would work. So loses the impact hits but gains ethereal. Yeah, the black coach is awesome. And then I also need to, thanks to Hendy, I also need to work out how to make a skeletal corpse cart. Like a corpse cart just full of skeleton bits. Yeah, tactical rock flying stand, easy. Why? What do you mean, why? What, the corpse cart? The corpse cart, the skeletal corpse cart, because it... why? I do bug Hendy a lot. I'm like, Hendy, like, should I do like a standard bearer for the Glade Guard? Like, when would Glade Guard ever really need a standard bearer? Shall I do a standard bearer? Shall I, like, because I've got 32 of these. Shall I, like, just make one into a standard bearer or one into a musician? In what situation would you ever really need a musician in a unit of Deepwood Scouts when all you really want to do is shoot? And why would you ever need a standard? Because like then you're giving up victory points if they go and get it and all that blah 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 blah. But I do have 2 models free. Well, technically 3 models free, because that one is a Lord's Bowman. So I do have 3 models free. So I might do 1 musician, one musician, maybe 2 musicians, 1 standard. I don't know. So I've got some models that I can kind of play around with. But yeah, I pester Hendy a lot. I'm like, Hendy, what do you reckon about this? And then he ignores me, which is fine. What's everybody up to today? What are we all up to? I need to put some music on. Where's some music? I don't know what day. I don't know what music day it is. Oh, it's an Eve day. It's an Eve day. At least I think it's an Eve day. It might have been because I put Armored Core on one of my videos for the weekend. It looks like I'm zoomed in a bit too much. Am I zoomed in? No. How do we want them? Why do I need a musician in this unit to maybe 2 musicians in less than a minute? Because I have 3 models spare. I have 3 models spare because you get 32 Glade Guard in the battalion box. So I've built 30. Well, I've built 29 because this one is a Lord's Bowman. So I now have 30 Glade Guard / Deepwood Scouts built. The Glade Guard are rank up better, so they are square on their bases, so they rank up better. Look, so that's the Glade Guard. They also have bare heads, which is fine. So the Glade Guard are like that. So now I have 29. I've used 29 of the models. I have 3 spare, so I either do 2 musicians and 1 standard bearer, 2 standard bearers and 1 musician, or build them all as Glade Guard and fuck it. High elves for me. I want to finish them before I move on to the cannon. You want to finish them before now? What kind of are we like? Dry brush the cannon, and stick it on a base, or are we like doing cool fun things? Have I run out of hoods? No, you get shitloads of hoods. But so the Glade Guard don't have hoods. That's how you tell the difference between a Glade Guard and a Deepwood Scout. Or that's how I've chosen to show the difference. Whether that's how everybody does it, I don't know. The newer models do tend to rank up better than some of the older ones for sure. I've just put these ones square on the bases rather than putting them diagonally on the bases. Like that one's like a bit more diagonal. That one's like overhanging and everything. So a lot of the Deepwood Scouts, because the Deepwood Scouts skirmish, so a lot of the Deepwood Scouts that I've built are like diagonal on the bases, where the Glade Guard I've used specifically used posers which are square on the bases. So yeah, that's all of those. So I've got 10 Glade Guard. I might do 10 Glade Guard, 20 Deepwood Scouts, and then I have, like I say, I've got those 3 models spare. So I'll probably do. I don't know whether to do 2 musicians or 1 musician, because there's 2 different ways I could do a banner. Because you could use the banner from the Spearman unit, which is a bit more of a stereotypical banner because it's a cloth banner, rather than the Glade Guard banner, which is like an icon. Probably painting the cannon probably similar to the box art, but to be honest, I haven't thought about colours yet. Was thinking the original metal horror when I said that, the arms and the wings. The original metal horror, the arms on them things. Oh, like the pink horrors. They're pinky horrors. Pinky mink. Right, so I need my light brown. I still haven't properly glued this on. I need my light brown basing mix from Reality and Scale. www.realityandscale.com. And we also need some twigs, because I want to have all the Deepwood. Well, I want to have at least 1 unit of Deepwood Scouts to have twigs on the bases, so that they kind of match this guy, and then that will be 1 unit will be that Lord's Bowman. It'll be like that kind of thing. So, in fact, we'll swap that guy out for that one because he's cool. So yeah, we're gonna have that unit plus 1 more to be like a unit within themselves, and then this guy can be a special. If I ever use a Deepwood Scout, it's just lots of thinking. Like that gives them the option of being like a special unit that's got like a buffed up Lord's Bowman that's got some funky bow or something. Lord's Bowman sounds incredibly weird. It does, doesn't it? I don't quite know why a Deepwood Scout champion is called a Lord's Bowman. So much bigger than the base. I am waffly. I'm very excited. I'm very waffly today, and also I've been doing voiceovers. I've been doing voiceovers for a couple of videos recently as well. So, let's get to Discord over here. Have we got anything in Discord that you guys want to show me? Any stream gallery stuff? If there's anything you want to throw in stream gallery, then feel free to. We'll show it up on stream. But until then, we need. So I've got a shitty paintbrush. And then the light brown. So that one needs a log. So I need to get the twigs. Hang on, let's get the twigs. Right, let me move all this on. Let me move all this. And then we also need to. I also need to do the bases for the eagles. So that'll be fun. Who's that?
Twigs or tits?
Ah!
I just joined the stream.
Saxdooz, how are you doing? No, that's shells. There are the twigs. So I've got, that's for my Ideneth, and that's for my wood elves. I've got loads of twigs. Loads of twigs. Saxdooz, thank you very much. 61 months for the Saxdooz. Thank you, you legend. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you. Right. So these are twigs which have been cooked. They've been cooked in the oven. Cooked in the oven to get rid of any bacteria and stuff, and also to dry them out so that we can just snap them when we need to. So that one, they should snap. There we go. Okay, so that's 1 twig, 2 twig, 3 twig, 4. Now I've only got 3. There we go. I've only got 3 at the moment because I want to use a different pose for one of the other ones. So that's all good. But there we go. So that's some twigs.
Your clothes, your boots,
and your motorcycle. Afraid you'll have to stop licking your brushes with all that bacteria. No, because if you put them on the bases and you haven't killed the bacteria, then they can go mouldy and ruin the bases. I don't give a shit about eating shit. Right. So that one is going to go. That one is going to go on that base there. In fact, let's use a small one for that one because we've already kind of done that. We've already done that base. We've already done that base. Where are my tweezers gone? I've lost my tweezers. Just rebase them. You've done it before. Okay. Right. So yeah, this one we're going to drop that one. Drop that one on the base there, like that. And then the glue that I use. This is a mix. This is a special mix that I make, which is wood glue. So basically PVA glue, wood glue, water. So distilled water that I use, a couple of drops of flow improver, and then matte varnish, and it stops the glue being all shiny. I don't know what the ratio is. Well, I don't know. 50%, 40% wood glue, 20% varnish, 20% water, something like that. Smart about the matte varnish. I have very intelligent things. I've just got to make sure that I keep saying things on stream because I forget that some people aren't in all the streams. There we go. And then some glue. Dink. So just it's always new information to someone. So it's all good. There we go. So that's one of the twigs on that one, and then these ones will do the same. But these ones we're going to do slightly differently because these need the next level of stuff. Going shining. Right. What's everybody doing this evening? Is everybody doing anything? In it. Mannerings, how are you doing? Mannerings, we need to get you an intro sound so I know when you're popping in. You're painting corridor, fantastic. Wednesday is PC co-op night with... oh, awesome, Wolfie. What are you playing? What are you going to play? What are you going to play? I think it was those... definitely those two. So let's do those two. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think there was one more that I want to use, but I'll use one of the different poses. Right, so there's the light brown which I use. How long can an intro sound be? It's about 8 seconds. Anything longer than 8 seconds, and you run into copyright claim issues. So, for instance, Sexy Science Hannah, her intro is just about 8 seconds, but it's a Star Wars theme, and every time Sexy Science Hannah comes into stream, I get a copyright tick on my video, so I have to remove that little 8 seconds of sound, which is why sometimes when Sexy Science Hannah comes in chat, you'll hear me talk over her intro sound, so that hopefully it distorts, and then the AI doesn't pick up on it. So yeah, anyway, it's about 8 seconds. It's a really old style game at the moment called Dungeons of Sundari. Nice. Waiting for Laura to come back. Been a long waiting around day. Are you still in the hospital now? I've just managed to get the room aircon working. Oh, fantastic. Oh, so you're in the room and you're waiting for Laura to come back. Gotcha. Oh, well, fingers crossed. I hope it's all gone very, very well. Very, very smooth, etc. Right, so we're going to focus in on that because I think that's where the bulk of the cool stuff is that we're going to be doing. We're going to pre-wet the surface bit here, and then throw a load of glue on like that, and then drop a twig on there like that, and then there we go. And then it's just the lighter brown stuff which adds a bit of interest to all of that. And then once that's drop a little bit of water on top so that you can then soak.
Great. Focus! Focus!
Thank you.
Focus!
You've add some mulch at the base initially, then put the model on it, add the scatter, then leaves it. So it's, hang on, it's two different types of basing stuff, because that's what I did on that first one and it worked really well. So I have, and also the same as what worked on that one as well. So I have two different. So I got this one, which is a light brown, and then I got this one, which is a dark brown. So I put the dark brown one on first, let it dry, add some more glue, add the light brown, and then I have loads of these little leaves, some in yellow, some in brown, some in green. that I can then scatter around as well for little bits of interest, like that there. It just pops the base a little bit, which is quite cool. So that's what I'm trying to do, and it's kind of working out all right. And I really like how the bases are turning out. So yeah, that's the mission. And then these twigs that I've put on, I then coat in the glue as well. It's not dried yet. You can see it's moving a lot, but coat that in the glue just to stop the bark and everything being too brittle and falling off. And I might just drop a tiny bit. There we go. And then that little bit of glue that I've got there, I might just drop a bit of a leaf on it. Where's the green? Where are the green leaves? I've got too many of these now. I need to make a drawer. I need to make a drawer for just these because I've got too many of them. They're all over the place. So yeah, this is my just zero effort basing. Just zero effort basing. Use real stuff, and then the textures and colours and everything that are already on it mean that you don't really need to paint some of it. Right, so that's a little bit of green there. Let's put a yellow one on the back side. Nice bright yellow one. Pick that up like that, dip it in with some of the glue. And then pop it down there. There we go. And that's how, yeah, so that's just how the leaf works. The leaf, that's how the bases work. That's how I do the bases. That's how I've decided to do the bases anyway. And then like it just all kind of works. I really like it. Legolas green leaf. I agree that it looks good. Thank you. Right. Oh, Ren redeemed entry sound effect. Nice. Ren, what are you gonna have? Send me a DM, Ren, with the sound that you want, and I'll throw it in. Ren, you need to bug Hendy because Hendy hasn't got one and he won't get one. He's like, no, I don't want one. The light is for the topsoil, dark at the base. Gotcha. Yes. So yeah, that's just how it's kind of come out because I tried just this one, and it just looked too bright. So layering it kind of worked quite well. So I quite like that. Right, this has got a little bit of. Who's that? Oh, Shirato!
Chris, I do nice things for you all the time, yet in return I get my birthday forgotten or abandoned when set to visit you with no prior warning. How does that seem fair? Equals P.
How you doing? Hey, Shirato! Shirato, what a ledge. Shirato, what a ledge. How are you, dude? Happy Wednesday? It is Wednesday, isn't it? It's going to be Mao Ying from the Cathay announcement. I'll see if I can grab an audio link. There's a Mao Ying Cathay announcement? What, from Total War? Right, let's do one more.
人類に栄光あれ。人類に栄光あれ。
人類栄光あれ。
Go on, stick down there, please. Thank you. There we go. When they did the announcement for the Tabletop Army, they had the... Oh, did they? Oh, sweet. So you're going to have that. That sounds cool. Ren Temple, that about me. Back! Tari's back! I think from the trailer when they showed the army. Meow. Meow. Right, so yeah, that's 2 of those done, and then we'll do this one, and then we'll have a unit of 4. I need to do one more, but I don't like the ones that I've done. I don't like the posers enough to put them in like the special unit, so I'll pick 2 other ones when we paint the rest of them. Perfect. Oh, this is awesome. They honestly they look so cool on the table. I will do a picture as soon as I've got like 5 done in inverted commas, like do the skin and everything. I'll do a picture and they just look so cool. They're gonna look so good. They're gonna look so good. Okay, pre-wet it again. There we go. And then we want to put the twig. Oh, where are we going to put the twig? The twig's a bit big actually. Let's snap the twig down a tiny bit. There we go. Of course I broke it in half. And then on the base, considering walking up to Iceland at the top of my hill and buying all the ice cream, completely clear it out. You want all the ice cream? Are you really hot? I mean, we know Tari's hot. Just don't tell her that because she's royalty. Is it a hot day, Tari? There we go. And then we should probably crop a bit on the twig as well. There we go. You just want to enter an ice cream coma. Ice cream comas are pretty cool. Ice cream comas are pretty cool. Right, now we've got a nice big space down on this corner to add some leaves. So we will do that as well. Let's get this out of the way. This is the only downside. You get bits everywhere. Okay, tiny green leaves. Tiny green leaves. Tiny green leaves. There's one tiny green leaf. Let's do another tiny green leaf. Tiny green leaf. There we go. Not yet, but if I do buy all the ice cream, I'd share some with you, Sophie Safe. What about me? You two convinced me I am off the supermarket for ice cream. When you right, you are right. When Tari's right, she is right, and Tari is regularly right. It's just been a week. Well, I hope your week improves, Tari too. Royalty deserve awesome weeks. So yeah, there we go. There's another, and you can now see how just adding those little bits underneath the feet just lift the bodies into the away from the floor a little bit and help. At least I think they do. Okay, so I'm going to cover those up because now all we need to do is the light browns on the other bits. What ice cream are you going to get Sophie Tari? What ice creams are you going to get Sophie Soph? So pre-wet it again. And you pre-wet it so that it's less goopy, quicker to dry and smoother sticky. What? No, I pre-wet it so that it soaks in. I pre-wet it so that it soaks into the base. The glue settles into the base. So then you're gluing these onto all the bits. There we go. So these ones, because these ones don't have twigs, I mean it's got little bits of this has got little bits of static grass in it as well, which is quite cool. Look, so there's little bits of green all over it anyway. Let's do the other one. Alright, let's take a few of the bigger bits. There we go. Then loads of the little bits. It really does translate to bases too. Not enough people use the terrain trick of just fucking soak it enough. Yeah. Yeah, particularly with that mix that I've got, because it's got the matte varnish in there. You can really kind of soak it as well, because it does enhance the base as well because of the matte varnish. It doesn't damage it. Right, so that's all the brown stuff. So again, that's just light brown from Reality and Scale. And then, seeing as we have the box here, we may as well try to save as much of this as we can. There's no point just wiping it onto the floor. Most people use texture paste. Yeah, I know. Yeah, the texture paste. Like I've had this. This is a massive long conversation. I've had like a really weird relationship with bases, because like when I'm doing Golden Demon stuff, the bases go to such an extent that the basing takes forever, and then I try to put that. I really want to show you that model over there because that looks really cool as well on the bases. I really try and push the bases so they look really good, and then when I do army ideas, like if you look at my City Fire Imperial Guard army, which is a video coming out very soon, if you look at the bases that I did, and I did a video on how I did the bases just take forever. And honestly, it's one of the barriers to me. Or one of the barriers for me for finishing an army, because if you just put texture paste on, you throw texture paste down, then you've got to paint it, then you've got to like add all the color variation, then you've got to highlight it, then you've got to add all the details on top of that. It just takes forever. And also when you've done the base, when you've done the model, stuck the model on the base and then textured around it, you can't then, it's very, very then difficult to get the paintbrush in to highlight it all properly and not take forever. So I've started changing my approach to basing a little bit. A lot of my vampire counts have all got 3D printed like base parts on them, so that's helped a little bit. And the same with my dark elves. My dark elves all have 3D printed bases, so then I can just dry brush and like paint a few little bits and details up. And then for the wood elves, the Sylvaneth, my Ideneth and my Lumineth, I thought, oh, I'm going to do something slightly differently, and I'm going to try this, like, just not like base ready, but like just ground texture. So this is ground texture from Reality and Scale, and it's really good. And you get, as you can see, you get variation within it, which is quite good. And I was curious to see whether that variation translates onto a painted model in relation to the painted model. So like this model is painted up, so you've got like lighting everywhere and it's highlighted everywhere very, very quickly, but it's highlighted everywhere. Does this base translate into matching that? And I think they kind of actually do, as long as you get the little bits of colour between them, so that like the little green leaves sort of pop and the little bits of lichen and moss pop. And then the same on these ones. So for the wood elves, my Minotaurs, my Chaos, my Bretonnians, all that, like even the Bretonnian that I did, like a quick test on the Bretonnian, it's got like this wasteland, and I'll add some tufts onto there as well. I've got some little tufts to add on as well. So I just thought it would be a nice like little experiment to do. So I'll probably do a video about it at some point and try and keep some thoughts a little bit more processed about it all. Hey, Sexy Science Hannah, Speak of the Devil, how are you? And then I'll add some tufts on these as well, just to kind of enhance it. So if you look at that was so quick and easy to do. Because I got the wooden bit. That's a bit of a bonsai tree. I did tint that a little bit with the airbrush, so you've got little kind of base parts, the darker parts tinted around. Threw some twigs on there, threw the ground cover on there, and then been building up. And these are covered in PVA glue as well. Look, and you can't tell. So these are all covered in PVA glue, so they're all rock hard and matte as well. And then this needs like a thistle bush here, because the wood elves have an upgrade called the Annoyance of Netlings, which is really, really useful for Lord level characters. So I wanted to put some nettles down here to represent the Annoyance of Netlings, and then I'm going to put some tufts down here as well. I've got some tall tufts to add down the back, and then some smaller ones around the front. So I'm going to have some static grass tufts around here as well. But that, like the variation on that and everything, I just think works. So that's a big long kind of conversation about the basing that I'm now trying to do a little bit more of, and hopefully that makes sense. Maybe I will try base ready mixers one day, but for now texture paste, tufts and static grass will do. It works well for the woodies. Yeah, the texture paste I found okay. One good thing about the texture paste is that it's an adhesive within itself. So I tend to be, when I have been using the texture paste and have been wanting to kind of just push it a little bit higher, I have been getting a soaking wet brush. Once I put the texture paste on, get a soaking wet brush, drip it onto the texture paste and kind of work it around so it's a little bit more flat. And then, because it's then kind of, it's wetter, so it will soak through whatever you put on it, you can then sprinkle on some of this sort of stuff. Here we go, this one. This is the one that I'm thinking about using for my Cathay. So my Cathay army. I think I'm going to use this for my Cathay army, which I think will be quite good. So you could put texture paste on and then sprinkle this on for a little bit of colour variation and texture variation on top of the texture paste, which would then also avoid having to paint it quite so much. So that might be quite interesting. And then, like you say, just like little bits of static grass. So no need to paint it. Apart from it's then just like a flat colour. So I don't know. Like this is my like really weird relationship with basing. So isn't your Cathay army going to be orange? Don't you need a little contrast on the base? No. No, I don't think I need a little bit of contrast on the base. And once I get the army or a model done, then you can let me know. Gets a wash and maybe a little dry brush. So there we go. So that gets a little bit of the contrast on. But yeah, that's not what a netling is, though. I know it isn't. I know, but it's like a thistle. You can't get netlings. You can't get nettles. But yeah, anyway. So I was just going to put a thistle thing on that. What would you like that? What would you? All your base belong to us. What would you like that command to do, Tari? Yeah, what would you like the command to do? I don't know what the command is. Did we make a command? What command did we make? Yeah, rival. So rival have some stuff. You can go and have a look. I thought you had one that linked to the base material you used. Did I do a? What did I do? It might be. I think I did. I think I did create one that was reality and scale, didn't I? I'll tell you what. I'll put the link in chat again. Maybe I did make one. Reality and scale. And then it's ground scatters. There we go. So it's all of these. It's a bit of a big link. I'm sorry. So that's where I got all the. And it's not really base ready. Base ready is a bit. It's like the base ready stuff that I've got and used from Geek Gaming. Geek Gaming did the base ready stuff. The base ready stuff that I've used from those are okay, but they're a bit less of a. Don't know. They're a bit less of the like. This has got. In my opinion, it's got much more variation, and it's got weird like little twigs, and it's got some static grass in there as well. So I think this has a bit more variation in it than the Geek Gaming stuff that I've used before. So I prefer this stuff. Yeah, I kind of think we did. I kind of think we did make a command for these. I'm sure we did. At least I remember linking it in a stream before. Maybe we didn't make the command, or maybe I said I was going to make a command and then didn't. There we go. That's more like me. So anyway, right. Yeah, let's get give that a shake again. So I've got some. I just wanted some glue up in here so I can get it from the brush, and then we're going to get some green leaves. There we go. Green leaves, and we're going to stick the green leaves on said base. And then there's tiny tufts as well. So my Lumineth are really fun for what's on their bases. And again, it's just really simple. But yeah, there we go. Anyway, lots of random waffling from me, and you can obviously everybody has their basing preferences. There we go. Trying to put these on randomly is quite tricky. And then last one here, so we'll put one around at the back, and you can see these little bits of static grass tufts on this one now as well. This one's got a few static grass, well, not tufts, little static grass fibres, because they're not full tufts. And then once that's dry as well, I'll give it another coat of, I'll just throw some more of this PVA mix. Throw some more of that PVA mix in. I kind of want to put one right at the front on this one. There we go. Discard a dirty magazine for to be accurate. Empty beer can. No, this is the Wood Elves wood. They're going to protect it and keep it clean. Maybe it's pre-cleaning. How are you doing, Hannah? How's your day going? Oh. Hanging in there, excellent. Good, good, good. So yeah, these are the there's some of the tufts which I've got to play around with. So they're 6mm. These ones are 12mm. These ones are like huge ones. So that's going to go on the dragons. And then I've got those ones as well, which are like kelp. So I got these ones for my Ideneth, so I can scatter them on Ideneth, and they can look like a little bit like seaweed and kelp and stuff. They absolutely have a homeowners. Woodies are definitely into their dirty magazines. Excited to start my day so I can be closer to it ending. Oh wow. So the end of my day today is there is a new expansion out. Well, not expansion. A new patch out for Pantheon. So I'm going to be playing Pantheon later, which is going to be good. Right, I'm going to put that there like that. Go on. There we go. Oh. Okay, stand up vertical. There we go. Standing up vertical now. I don't know why I wanted to do that. I just wanted something vertical at the back. Right. No video games until you've done your YouTube videos, Chris. Homework, then playtime, not the other way around. I have finished 2 videos for the weekend. I'm going to. I've finished recording another video that I kind of want to put out on Friday about the Wood Elves. So that might end up being like a next week thing though. And then I've got 2 painting videos which I need to do the voiceovers for. They're all finished and recorded. And then I need to do another build video, but that I've got 2 weeks for that. So I need to do that building video, and then do the voiceover for another painting video as well. So I've got loads of videos coming out. Is one of them about Tyranids? Is one what about Tyranids? Homework is proven nonsense. Let the man live a little. Hey Bozzy. Hey Hargrim, how are you doing? No video games until you've done your YouTube videos, Chris. Homework, then playtime, not the other way around. Council of the Forest, HOA. Home time. Yay, that's why they call these. Oh dear. Bozzy, how are you doing? So yeah, there's some videos coming out this weekend if you want to keep an eye on YouTube. And then next week I'll probably put the YouTube video about building, because I've recorded an extensive video about cleaning up the older Wood Elf kits. I just need to make sure that's vertical. So I've done that video about cleaning up the older Wood Elf kits. So I think that should be quite an interesting one, with some kind of tips and stuff. Videos, Christopher, the thing you were talking about. Videos! Yes, videos. All the videos. All the videos, Tari. Oh, is one of them about Tyranids? I don't know, Tari. How are we all? I'm very well, thank you. Yeah, I can't remember, Tari. I edited the videos. How long have I been live? I've been live 1 hour and 6 minutes, so I edited the videos over an hour ago, and I can't remember what they were about. Almost finished the first 10-man squad of Solar Auxilia. Nice, Hargrim. Nice one. Enjoying the sun from a dark corner of my room. Working on some Death Rattle Skellies and a Grebo Dwarf team on the side. Oh, Death Rattle Skellies. I've done. I glued. I glued. I've ordered a load of bases, by the way. I've ordered a load of bases for the vampire counts. So I've ordered a load of those, and I've glued some tiles onto one base for a skeleton, and then the skeletons that I was going to glue on it is at the bottom of the pile of boxes over there, which I tidied up a couple of days ago. So I now have to untidy the pile of boxes to get to the vampire count box to get a skeleton out to stick it on here and see what it looks like. So it's all gone wrong. It's all gone wrong. Yeah. Tari 2. Oh dearie me. Tari 2. Are you gonna? Is it? Kill Team Tyranids, isn't it, this weekend? Are you gonna grab that because of Tyranids? Are you gonna grab that one? So you have to unearth the undead. Topical. Yes. I have to dig down to the bottom of the pile to get the undead box out. Might not. Just about to prime. I think you will, Tari, but I think you'll do it through eBay and you'll just get the Tyranid sprue. Of course I am. Excellent. Just about to prime some zombies as well. Finishing up some D&D projects for my campaign, which is why I'm painting the Skelly Bobs. Nice. That's cool, actually. I might do that. I might do the 2 skeleton unit fillers on stream. That might be quite good fun. And also, I kind of want to decide, because I don't want to do... Oh, Spiky Boy!
36 months. That's 3 years.
It is. 3 years of subs. 3 years of putting up with me, dude. Thank you very much, Spiky. 3 years. Wow. Does that mean I've known Shay Shay for 3 years as well? Where is Shay? I hope Shay Shay is doing well. Haven't seen Shay Shay on for ages. Yeah, so when I do the vampire counts, I want to use the base ready stuff again. And I think I'm going to end up needing more of this mix because it's really good, actually. Where is it? Is it that one? I think I'm going to use the one that I used. So that this is going to be my chaos one. And I think I'm going to use this one on the vampire counts as well, but just scatter it. So paint the tiles and then scatter that. Hang on. So we're going to paint the tiles and then scatter that, I think, because then that sorts out like the there we go. So it'll end up looking sort of like that, but these tiles will be, I don't know what colour to paint the tiles actually. Do you think that'll work okay? I think that'll probably work alright. Keep it sort of gothic-y. She posts on Blue Sky fairly regularly. Awesome! You excited for Pier Bowl? I haven't seen any of her posts on Blue Sky for a bit then, so I need to pop on and just have a check. Hargrim very much so. What's Pier Bowl? Where's Pier Bowl? You have to unearth the undead. Tari, I really like the Tyranids. I think they look really, really cool. From the pictures that we were up on Warcom the other day, the really kind of stocky one, I think, look amazing. I was in Denmark. QR Help is on a pier. It's a tabletop tournament I'm running in Copenhagen. Oh, amazing, Hargrim. Fantastic. You want them, Christoph. Oh, they're really cool. I do like them. I like the stocky ones. So yeah, I think that'll be the vampire count basing scheme. I don't want to just use just this because that's sort of reserved for the chaos. I think that'll be perfect for the chaos though. I kind of want to. There we go. I kind of want to put because the Chaos are on MDF bases, so I need to get some MDF bases for the Chaos Marauders. And then when I get the Chaos Marauder bases, when I get the MDF bases for the Chaos Marauders, I will. We get some slightly larger logs as well. Look, we got a log. That we can use that one for the dragon. So yeah, just using natural things. Just trying to see if that works for bases for Warhammer models. TLDR, I think it does. MDF bases. Yes. Well, Ren. I was trying to. That's. So I don't know. It's like an attention to detail. So a lot of bases. Bases have to match across an entire army, right? That's a given. So they have to match across an entire army. So a lot of my elves, all my elves and the vampire counts and the tomb kings, I'm all using the Games Workshop bases for because I've got the boxes, so I have access to those bases. If I wanted to buy the bases from Games Workshop, they'd cost an absolute fortune. You can get them from Hobby Haven or Hobby Heaven, but the shape of the bases are slightly different. So they don't have a sharp point on the corner; they have a slight curve. So they don't match the Games Workshop bases. So you can't mix and match those. So if you want to do an army if you want to use those bases for an army, you have to get all the bases from Hobby Haven, which is good because they're cheap. However, they don't do all the sizes that you need. So when I did my Minotaurs, there was one size in the Minotaur army that they didn't do, therefore I couldn't use the Hobby Haven bases. And then I thought, I'll tell you what, I'll use MDF bases for the Chaos and the big units of Minotaurs, because then there'll be a really nice flat surface and we can kind of tell a diorama story across the whole set of bases kind of thing. So all my Chaos are now on MDF bases, and then because I thought, I'm going to do a Marauder dragon worshipping Chaos army, so that they match the Minotaurs, I'm going to do those on MDF bases as well. So yeah, lots of complications. I usually use just whatever. Yeah. So yeah, the Vampire Counts will all be on Games Workshop bases because I managed to get a load. So that's all good. The Bretonians will probably be on Games Workshop bases because I built these ones and I had the bases in the box, so these ones are already built, and then they'll probably use that same Chaos Wasteland base ready stuff on there and just add some tufts. So that's all of those. I am to keep units on the same bases. Actually, bases have to match across all armies you run into, but those pesky individuals I'm coming up against are unwilling to cooperate, causing me major distress in the process. Don't look at your lizard men. Oh no! Are your lizard men all over the place? The times when everything was just sand with goblin green were the best. So goblin green everywhere, and then green sand with yellow highlight. So yeah. Anyway, so that's a massive conversation about basing dilemma, and then obviously so this is actually a little bit naughty because this, and you can see the round look. You see how round it is. These are Hobby Heaven bases, which I'm using for my. I'm using these for my Tomb Kings, and this was before I noticed that they had slightly rounded corners, so they don't match my Tomb Kings. They're also slightly taller as well. However, they are they're the cavalry, so the cavalry are going to be like off to one side, so hopefully people don't notice. Yeah. Also, I sent you the entry sound on Discord. Nice. The times when everything was just sand and goblin green. I'm not worried if two different units are on different branded 25mm bases, for example. I want to know what it is. Do you want to know what it is, Ren? My lizard men are about 60% Games Workshop, 30% Hobby Haven, and 10% Games Workshop movement trays cut up. What? Now, this is also an interesting conversation because I I don't know what to do about the skeletons. I'm kind of curious what everybody thinks about with this because like I was saying, like if I use this one, imagine that's a vampire, yeah. So that vampire takes up 2 bases, but there's still room here to put another skeleton. So you can put another skeleton on there. What does everybody think about using like larger bases within a unit just to put the skeletons on, so they're a little bit more haphazard, or do they all have to be like the unit fillers? I'm going to do some unit fillers for the skeletons, but do I put skeletons on unit fillers on the larger bases? So you have like, I mean that's a 50. So you could have, I could put 4 skeletons on that and kind of scatter them around a little bit. Does that work within a unit? Does that look okay when you have like units that don't have the grid of all individual bases? No, you just put that model on the corner so the sword just hangs out to the side. Yeah, so that one, this one could be. There we go. This one could be just on the corner so it fits out across there. I'm tempted to put this one on a specific base because this is actually going to be a dark elf. This is a dark elf. So I'm thinking about putting this one on a base, and then it will always, it would be like this will be the hero. If I ever use a hero that goes in a executioner unit or something, then I'll always use this hero, and then the one next to it will be an executioner that's angled so it fits around the robe, that kind of thing. No, you just put the model on the corner. It's not even close. I cannot do unit fillers. All have to be on individual bases. The only time different bases are allowed are Croxagores with skinks. Yeah, I don't know. I think because let me show you this, because this was a 55 Chevy video that I'm watching. That's not what I'm trying to find. There we go. Let's go to Cult of Paint. Where's Cult of Paint? There it is. So this, you could pop him on the big base and add some kind of scenery around him. Yeah, that's the point, Surfy. So that there. So that the if you put the command on like a unit filler base like that, so you have a bit of a diorama, but then that unit filler takes up 2 ranks. Does that work? Am I thinking about it too much? Because that does look quite cool, and it gives you a bit of kind of diorama artistic license to play around with, especially with skeletons, because skeletons are like haphazard bloody everywhere, right? So it could be quite cool to play around with stuff like that. Command on a unit filler. Well, like not. It's not considered a unit filler in that sense. Well, I suppose it is, isn't it? Because it's filling the unit out. You think about it way too much. It would be annoying for gameplay purposes. That was my thing. Like, because, like, if you lose the champion in a challenge, then what do you do? I suppose that's not. Well, I don't know actually. Is it that much of a problem? If you use the champion in the challenge, then you've just lost the champion from that unit, and you just remove a skeleton from the back. Like, I don't know whether it is actually that much of a problem. I'm not a reliable opinion on this. Here's an idea. Go on then, Hargrim. Because I'm trying to make, like, I don't know, do the unit filler but magnetise the bottom. Yeah, you could magnetise. Yeah, I suppose you could magnetise the champion and then just like yoink the champion off. Or champion wanting to make way to the side when flanked. Oh. Yeah, because you need the champion attack on the side. Although that's not really important for a skeleton unit, right? But like Kings of War, you made a unit-sized base and you just kept track of the number of wounds that base had taken. So I don't know about the skeletons. I think there's a whole kind of fun hobby approach to skeletons, which we could probably do. Because you can also get 25 by 100 infantry rank bases as well, so you can rank up 4 models next to each other, like my old Tomb Kings. So I don't know whether to do that either. But yeah, if you did I don't know, I just quite like the idea of doing like little dioramas for the command group. I quite like that idea. I do quite like that idea. I even quite like it for elves as well, which is really annoying, because you could do a really cool dark elf one. But then the dark elves, I suppose, because I quite like, my Tomb Guard for the Tomb Kings, how they've got the unit filler, which is the 2 Ashabti models. So those 2 Ashabti models, I'm guessing I've annoyed. I'm guessing I've annoyed Hendy, and he's just like, shut up, Chris. I just think there's a certain charm to having separate base rims. I also like painting base rims as a treat at the end. Yeah, I kind of get the, like, having the separation across all the bases and everything, so that everything's ranked up, and then you see the nice little kind of grid lines. But then if I'm going to use unit fillers anyway, then maybe I can just kind of lean into it. The Dark Elves go for it. They're not a real army in Old World anyway. Well, in that case, it's the same with vampire counts. Then vampire counts aren't a real army. I'll tell you what. I'll just get a cavalry base. I'll just get a 50 by 100 cavalry base and just put the entire unit on that. Just do a big diorama for the front rank. Really, don't anger Ren. Don't anger Ren. Where do you stand on this, Ren? Where do you stand on like little unit fillers and little like unit dioramas? Yeah, because I was thinking about, how I did the Ushabti for my Tomb Guard. I was thinking about, you could use like a baby Hydra as a unit filler for executioners and stuff. It's a chariot monster base at 50. Yeah. Ren stands on a 25mm square base. Has Laura back, so lurking. Nice. Say a big hello to Laura from us, please, Captain Mannerings. I think the best thing about rank and file games, lets you have fun. Yeah. I kind of think I'm overthinking it a little bit, and like on the one occasion out of 100 where it comes up, then you just like say, oh, that champion's dead. Like the champion's dead in that unit. Like, I don't think we have to worry about it. Unit fillers are fun, but they should go inside the unit or at the back. Okay, so you don't like the like command unit filler. Again, I don't care. I kind of like it, because as well, the unit fill, if you're using the unit fillers to kind of tell a bit of a story, why not have that story front and center of the unit looking cool? Not a fan of them in the front rank. Ren, cope. 20mm, the superior size. This is like the elf head all over again. Ultimately, you'll just justify it to yourself despite what we think anyway, so you do you. No, like... I don't want you to think... No, I did. Like, I didn't justify that one to myself. I was just like, that looks amazing, so I'm happy. I'm just curious about everybody's opinion. I'm all fine for drawing opinions. Ultimately, you'll just justify it. I don't want chat to be like, well, it doesn't matter what we say. You'll just do it anyway. I like having the conversation. Because yes, that is one of the really cool things about the game is that you have that footprint to tell a story about the unit that you have, right? And I think moving away from the meta of I mean, I don't know whether this is right or not. Just for example, moving away from the meta of, well, I have to have a unit of 35 skeletons, 7 wide and 5 deep, because that's the way the meta says. Moving away from that and just kind of going, well, I'm going to have a unit that's this size. I'm going to do a really cool, little diorama at the front with like a little necromancer that's like summoning the skeletons up and all that sort of stuff. I think that sounds fun. You can tell a story without causing a negative impact on gameplay. I guess you'll find out eventually, though. So what's the negative impact on gameplay? Other than the champion dying, what negative impact is it to the gameplay? Personally, I haven't done unit fillers in any of my armies yet, but if I did, they'd be in the middle at the back of the unit, same as Hendy. Right now, the unit fillers for the skeletons, I still want to do a unit filler because I have these cool ones. So that effectively, if you want to call the little command diorama a unit filler, the skeleton unit will have 2 unit fillers. So that probably is pushing it a bit, isn't it? Yes, but no, but yes, but also no, but yes. Tari Wall square bases are kind of specific. They have history to it. The really fun thing about the game is the bases. Got it? Yeah, totally. I mean, it doesn't matter what we say. And I mean, this is the most objective way. It literally is just you doing what you think at the end of the day. Yes, I do what I do at the end of the day, but my decision to do it is often influenced by what you guys are saying in chat. You guys have you've regularly taught me out of something really stupid. Oh, wouldn't it be cool if I did this? No, Chris, no, it wouldn't. Oh, okay. And yes, probably. I don't know. I just really like skeletons. Just really like skeletons. Oh, right. I call myself a nerd, but this is like uber nerd. This is a super nerd. Oh god, it's the frogs, isn't it? Wait, what frogs? Frogs? I guess you'll find out eventually, though. I reckon it's kind of obvious. Wait, what? What's happened? What have I missed? 20 mil the superior size. Ren stands on 25 mil base. 20 mil superior size. You can tell a story without negative. Okay, so command of the last thing removed. Making them a unit filler can cause issues if they take up a larger footprint than the 3 models they are supposed to be. Yeah, I get that. So if the unit goes down to 4 models, then you end up with the command +1 here, and the unit filler size ends up being 6 + 1. So yeah, I can see that. So there's that one as well. Yeah. Oh. Entry sound. It's in your DMs. Yes, thank you. I'll grab it off. Tari thought I'd go for. Oh, Tari thought frogs. What? Frogs as an entry sound? Just ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. Solution would be do your diorama, but also have separate command models so you can sub them in when needed. I'm going to need more skeletons, aren't I? I went on eBay the other day and just looked for like 1 sprue of skeletons. They're so expensive now. I don't quite know why they're so expensive. Chris doesn't spend enough time in your streams. The release the frogs at full blast would be fun though. Let everyone enjoy it. The anti-unit filler. Okay, so if I do, I'll do the command separately. I'll do the command separately, and I'll try and do like little cool unit fillers, because I've got these, like I've got these two from the vampire count. Will be really cool, and then I'm going to have that grave digger. You remember the grave digger from Cursed City? So I've got him, so I'm going to have him in there as well with the other skeleton crawling out. So I'm going to have 3 skeletons crawling out of the ground around that gravedigger dude. So that will look really cool as a bit of a unit filler. Now the other question is, do I actually use that then? Or do I find another kind of base ready scatter? Or maybe just scatter a few less of these. I don't know. That's something for another time. Originally intended to mean you could paint less models, but Chris has made it so he has to paint more. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, this unit filler is going to be really good. I'm going to take up 6 spots. I'm going to take up 6 places of skeletons, so I don't have to paint 1 million skeletons. Except now I'm going to paint 3 more skeletons to sub in the unit filler when the unit filler half dies. The Release the Frogs never fails to scare the hell out of me. I have not heard the Release the Frogs thing on Ren's stream. I need to definitely be in Ren's stream more and pay attention more clearly. Being able to see the cogs turn is deeply funny. Oh dear. Right, okay, so that's settled then. See, you've talked me out of something, chat. So I do value your opinion. I'm going to do... I still don't know what bases to do. Right. Okay, so if I do, the more higher up the hierarchy of the army you go, the more of a courtyard your base is. So, because the Vampire Lord on Zombie Dragon is just on such a cool fucking base. Let me go get that for a second. It's on such a cool base. The Vampire Lord on Zombie Dragon is on such a cool base. Oh, there's a little goblin. It's my little goblin. I've got a goblin banner bearer as well. So... that's the Vampire Lord on Zombie Dragon's base, which I'm going to cut up. So I'm going to cut down here, so that's the edge of, because it's on a massive base, the 100 by 150. So I'm going to cut down there. I'm going to cut down here. I'm going to fit that on a 150mm base, and then fill in like the little bits of the graveyard that, so like where this curve is, I'll like chip away at it. Or even maybe just kind of come into it and make it look like it's a circular, I don't know. But I'm going to fit that onto a 150mm base. But because that looks so cool, I wanted to do this like courtyard base on everything. But I think it's probably a bit too much on like all the models. WoodElfWednesday is going great anyways. WoodElfWednesday is going really well. It's been a while. I think it was the WC last time I saw you. Fab, been a while since I saw you. We could catch up. I'm at the Open. Hendy, you completely ball seeing the ball open. No clue what I'm playing. I'll be there. Oh, Chris, thanks to you, I ended up backing that Ratkin release on fashion. Now I need a resin printer. Thanks, Spike. You are welcome, dude. You are welcome. God. Like I say, that is something.
Yet.
God, look at that! Look at that! Look at the zombie dragon, the old Carmine dragon from Forge World. Looks cool as shit. Looks cool as shit. Am I zoomed in or am I zoomed out? I can never remember. I'm zoomed out. Cool. Good. So yeah, that's going to be, because now this doesn't even exist in AOS anymore, which is perfect. So again, this kind of justified my decision to go, okay, well, I'll just do Old World then. So that's going to be 100 by 150. Cut it there. Cut it here. Fit it on the 150mm base. It's really cool. It's really cool. And then there's the vampire on the top as well. All positioned. I like it anyway. I think it looks great. So yeah, as soon as the bases arrive, I've ordered 300 by 150mm bases because I've got that one. That zombie dragon needs to go on 100 and 150mm base. I've got Lorca Vi that needs to go on 100 by 150mm base because that's going to be my Terrorgeist equivalent, my Terrorgeist proxy. So she needs to fit on 100 by 150mm base. Still hoping that dragon comes back. It's so nice. It's so nice. It's time for another Elspeth von Draken campaign in Total War. Oh, is she in Total War? That's cool. Yeah, what faction is she? Is she Empire? I don't know what faction she actually is in Total War. Or even in Warhammer, to be honest. I don't know what... is she Empire? She is Empire. Cool. So she could come back. Can I imagine if they did bring that model back? Because it's gorgeous. It was my favourite... it was my favourite dragon model for years, and I finally got it just before they stopped selling it, which was perfect. And then it was sat on the shelf for a while, and I was like, oh, I'll use it as a zombie dragon. And obviously converted up the Vampire Lord to go on there as well and everything. She was added a couple of DLCs ago. Oh, sweet. Sweet. So yeah, they'll be quite good. So I need some gravestones. I need some gravestones, don't I, for those. She can't come back. She hasn't been born yet. Oh, well, there we go. There we go. Sorted. Can't come back. She hasn't even been born. She's not alive. You can always rely on Hendy to know exactly what the timescale is and everything, and when everybody was born. So that's perfect. Always ask Hendy. And then this is like, well, I'm going to have to do a goblin army, aren't I? Because I've got a banner bearer. I've got a standard bearer for night goblins, so I'm going to have to do a night goblin army, aren't I? Oh dear. Where are your little 3D printed cobbles from? My mini factory. I can't remember what the cracked tiles, something like that. Where's my box? Printed out. There's a YouTube video. There's a YouTube video actually about me making all my Soulblight Gravelord bases. So I've printed out loads, and I'm going to use these and just kind of, well, I was going to use these and just scatter them on the bases like that, and then fill in the gaps. So yeah, they're quite good. They're quite good. Just send me that gobbo. I'll save you from doing gobbos. Oh, do you want this gobbo? Do you want the
Less than 3.
Oh, Spitfire! Thank you for the resub, dude. You can get the dragon on its own too. You can get the dragon? Wait, what dragon? Technically, she could be... She fiddles with the death magic after all, and she's been around for generations as per law. Oh, okay, yeah, she would like. I got the dragon without her. I just got the dragon because I only wanted the dragon. Oh, Spitfire with a gifted sub as well. What a legend, dude! That's super kind of you. Thank you very, very much. Really appreciate that. Does anyone here play Hearts of Iron? Hearts of Iron? No, not heard of that one. It was originally released without a rider as well. No, yes, because I got the dragon without the rider. Yeah, it's a nice model, isn't it? This one, it's really cool. I like that. I think it came with the. I sold the squig because it came with a night goblin on a squig, but I didn't like the look of the squig, so I sold the squig. But I kept the banner. And then it's right that I've kept the banner because Old World's come back out again. So I kind of want to twist that so it's That way? That way? I don't know. But yeah, kind of cool. Poor Squig. Yeah, sorry Squig, I sold you on eBay. I made half the price of the kit from Forge World. Yay! He is awesome, isn't he? He is awesome. Poor Squig. I know. And yes, he is a bit dusty. Because he's been sat on the shelf. He's been sat on the shelf for a while. See, this is the problem. Because as soon as I see that, I just see a Night Goblin army in my head with just like three massive units of Night Goblins with fanatics in front of them, and it just looks so cool. But you'd never, ever, ever be able to paint that many Night Goblins unless it was your only army. So, fuck that. Do it. No! No! No, Ren! No, Ren. Ren, no. No, Ren, no. No, Ren, no. No, Ren, no. Ren, what do you think of my zombie dragon, though? Rah. Hang on, shall I show it up here? Rah. Look how cool he is. Look how cool he is. Imagine him on a square base, being awesome. You can absolutely paint that many Night Goblins. The models are so small. If Ren is saying do it, I too support whatever it is Ren is in favour of. Do it. I think you should trade the dragon in for more goblins. No, because like that's the leader of my vampire count army. So no, I can't do that. That is pretty cool, isn't it? It is cool, isn't it? It is cool. It is cool. Ren, what's your next army? What's your next square-based hell? What's your next square-based painting hell that you're going to put yourself through? We've got a nice square plinth as well. She looks good on a square plinth, doesn't she? She looks good on a square plinth. Cathay. Oh yeah, of course, Cathay. Oh yeah, and we can't like some people were throwing around dates of when they think Cathay's going to come, and it's like going to be soon, isn't it? They've been touching up Slayers. What? What? Slayers? You've been touching up Slayers with consent, obviously. You still want Nurgle. I'm looking forward to seeing what Toby's armies looks like. So we have to keep making Toby excited. We have to keep Toby excited so he doesn't like just stop painting his Nurgle army. War Masters, you're really close as well. Just make sure you keep poking him. A Slayer army, and yeah. Oh, nice, a Slayer army. Yes, an awful 100% loss rate beardy army is in my future. What's the list, Ren? You did get consent, right, Ren? I want three maggot lord armies. 3 maggot lords. I'm not making Toby excited or Poliong him. No, thank you. Oh, poking him, not poking him. But like we've got like if you don't take one for the team, War Masters, then you're not gonna be able to get a lift to the tournament. Therefore, you won't be able to come to the tournament. Therefore, you won't be able to hang out with me and Hendy and Ren on Ren's birthday tournament, Old World amazingness, and you won't get to see my 24 Ushabti on the table. So, I mean, I just like you got to take one for the team, dude. We need to get Toby's awesome looking Nurgle army here. And also, Toby's army, like the one that he painted, I don't know whether anybody remembers the one that he painted, but the one that he painted, which we're going to show off, Overlord's Showcase. The one that he painted, the Nurgle dude that he painted was really cool. Where is he? Where's the Nurgle? Where's the Nurgle one that Toby painted? Toby. Oh, look at that. Look at that. How cool's that? Raw. We need to sort out the overlords. There it is. Look at that. Imagine an old world army like that. Imagine an old world army that's bright yellow, gross Nurgle with pink flowers on the bases. You're a Nurgle unit. Not now, you're distracted enough. You want to see the Ushabti? I will take a photo of the Ushabti and send them to you, Ren. TSN is just going to end up being us. I want pics of Ren's Bretonnian army on the table. I'm curious to see whether my Bretonnian army gets finished before Ren's Bretonnian army. By the way, MPO is starting to populating its winning gallery for 2025. If you want to go and check that out, some awesome entries. Yes, they have done some awesome stuff down there. I need to go to the MPO next year. Uwu Shabti. I'm not a Nurgle unit. But yeah, an army of that would look really cool. And he needs to snap this off the round base and put it on a square base so he can be a big badass leader in the unit. So that would be cool. Deleted user. Also cool. Right. I want to see your Shabti. Ren, don't take that from him. You'll finish your Bretts before he finishes a full army of his 5 different distractions. Hey, look. Look now. Got 6. I've got 6. I've written Tobes at Lest, and I will peer pressure him at the end of the month. When I hand in Prestigors. Yes. Yeah, well, I'm guessing we'll rewrite the list when the FAQ lands, right? FAQ/errata/whatever it is lands. Well, not rewrite, just like confirm. 6 whole models. How many total in your Woody list? How many was in my Woody list? Have I got a finished? Is it that one? Spellweaver. Oh no, that's a silly one. That one's everything. I don't know is the answer. Depends if anything changes for the list. It might be super smart. You might be super smart. Have you so hang on, where's the list that you've written for him? I think the list is FAQ proof. I mean, it's probably going to get buffed as well, isn't it? Because the infantry are going to get slightly better. Yeah, I've not got the finished, because I think this was the one that we were pissing around with, just like throwing everything in just to see what ended up with stuff and things and stuff. Yeah, because I've got 3 units of Glade Guard, for God's sake. Glade Riders, Deepwood Scouts. There we go. There's the Lord's Bowman with a Wailing Arrow. So there's a special one. The special unit of Deepwood Scouts, right up at the top, being awesome. Glade Guard are the essential ones, 40 points missing. So it's about 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I don't know why they're in there. Remove. Oh, they've both got Wailing Arrows. Why have they both got Wailing Arrows? 25, 30, 33, 33, 36, 46, 48. So only like 90 more models to go. It's about 48 models, but I haven't got the 2 units of Warhawk Riders yet, and I haven't got the Wave Watchers yet. I've got the 2 Great Eagles. And then I haven't got the... I haven't got all of this yet. Because I've got a Glade Lord on a Stag. And it's also over points as well, but it's something like that. Alternating units with your Dark Elves, your Vampires, your Tomb Kings commissions the Chaos Knights you buy when the book comes out and inspires you. Chaos Knights? No, I won't do Chaos Knights. I won't do Chaos Knights. I'm not a big fan of Knights. Not a big fan of Knights. That is a key unit though in it. Depends if anything changes for the list. I might be super smart. That's what you say now. Spoilers, I haven't been sent the new Chaos Knight, so I'm not interested. Spoilers. So yeah, I'm not too sold on Chaos Knights or Imperial Knights, to be fair either. They sent me the Imperial Knight years ago when the last Imperial Knight Codex came out. They sent me the Imperial Knight and the Codex, and it's still in the box. But yeah, alternating. I think I've got to do a Wood Elf painting video on how I painted these. Look how cool they look though, with the bases and everything. They just look so cool. They look very, very good once you kind of pick out the skin. The skin really helps. But yeah, I really like them. I really like them. So yeah, how many old world? So old world armies. Old world army. Let's do old world army ideas. So I have my Wood Elves. I've got my Dark Elves. I've now got Vampire Counts. For fuck's sake. I've got a Bretonian idea. I've got my Minotaurs. I've got the Chaos Dragon worshipping Marauder idea. I've got the Chaos Dwarfs. I've got the High Elves with the Dragon Princes, which are now not as bad as they were because Impetuous might be better. And Cathay. So 9. Not that bad. The Orcs. Yes, the Orcs. 10. There we go. 10. 10 Old World armies. The Bretonians, Chaos Dwarfs. I'm probably forgetting some. Oh my god, I hate this game. I hate this game. Why is the game so inspiring? Does anybody else get like inspired by the game? Did you even count your Tomb Kings? Oh my god, I didn't, did I? 11. How did I forget my Tomb King? I've got 4,000 points of Tomb Kings. I've just ordered Carrion as well. I've got 6 of the Carrion coming for no particular reason, because I never even thought. Although they do have Swift Stride, so it might be kind of sensible to put them in a list. So I might put 1 unit in the list. Okay, so every Old World army except Dwarfs, 1 unit at a time, rotating through all of them. Vampire Counts. I did say Vampire Counts. He didn't fall into Empire yet. No, I can't. No, Empire seems to be similar to Dwarfs, in that I can't sort of find a way into Empire. I can kind of find a way into Lizardmen, and also I've got the Slanesh, so I could find a way into Demons. But Dwarfs and Empire, I'm struggling to find I'm struggling to find an army that in my head looks exciting. Because Empire cavalry look like tanks with legs. I'm not a big fan of them. I suppose you could kind of go infantry, but I don't want to do like a themed. I don't want to do a themed Empire list that's like 100 infantry, because I'd never do it. I've only got 3 armies I'm actively working on. I'm so uninspired. You are definitely inspired, dude. You're awesome. Take that back. Empire are not like. I mean, we talked about 45 minutes about bases alone. One could say we are somewhat inspired by the games. No inspiration at all. Hence, just 6 armies at the moment. He has those now. Did I say that you guys weren't inspired? I didn't say. If I did, I didn't mean that. I meant the game is really inspiring. You're actively working on. So Hendy's got Brett's Chaos Dwarfs, Beastmen, Bretonians. You've got 4, right? Oh no, Brett's I've said twice, so 3. Hendy's got 3. Hendy's got 3. Ren's got 1,000,000, right? She just doesn't talk about all the other ones that she's got. Warmaster's got 1,000,000. Mannerings has the Dark Elves. You asked if anyone else gets inspired. Henry and I are denying it. Oh, right. Yeah. That's what I asked. Yes. I remember now. I remember. Yeah. Does anybody else get inspired by this? It's just such a cool game. It is. I don't know what it is. Beastmen, Chaos Dwarfs, Ogres. Oh, you got Ogres, haven't you? You got Ogres. The Ogres, I do not want to look at Hendy's Ogre Army because the Hendy's Ogre Army is going to look really cool and I'm going to be like, that looks awesome. And you got the Warriors of Chaos. So Hendy's got 5. You're actively working on Beastmen, Ogres and Chaos Dwarfs. Dark Elves are the main ones I have, but... Oh, Mannerings, we're going to get the list from Mannerings. And Laura's got a list. Laura's got Bretonians. We should have a Frofest Old World event. I think I will build a dwarf army to take to a UKTC event next year. Oh, interesting, Hendy. Why UKTC particularly? Is it because there's one that's nearby? Orcs and Goblins, High Elves, Tomb Kings, Empire. You got Orcs and Goblins. Mannerings, you also have Chaos Dwarfs. Yeah, UKTC is interesting. I've done some UKTC 40k ones. I mean, I kind of just sort of fell out with 40k anyway, so I didn't actively check what UKTC were doing anymore. But I don't know whether I want to do a UKTC Old World event. Maybe. I mean, never say never. Maybe next year. There are a few near me, and new people are running the Old World events for them. Oh, nice. Okay. Well, that's good. Yeah, that's good. Zach was a bit. Anyway, yeah, that's good. I was at the first ever UKTC event, the London Grand Tournament that was down in London. Warriors of Chaos, Beastmen, Tomb Kings, Ogres, Dwarfs done to 2000 painted. Orcs and Goblins in progress. Vampire Counts and or Bretts are tempting, as are High Elves. Empire will happen. Cathay will no doubt happen too. What's tempting about Vampire Counts and Bretts? The London Grand Tournament was in London. Yeah, the London Grand Tournament. It was at the West Ham Stadium, so it was at the London Football Stadium. 30k Space Wolves, Emperor's Children, Custodies, Solar Auxilia, but they aren't using the Renegade Pack, and I've been tempted by a Dwarf Army for a while. Why are they not using the Renegade Pack? I think they're trying to get on the good side of Games Workshop to try to get involved, like the ITC has over in America. So that might be why, but I doubt it. I think they've been shunned a little bit by Games Workshop, so... AOS is Skaven, 40k of Space Wolves. Keep it close to the Games Workshop as possible. It's a shame they're not using the Renegade Pack. They could have like really made a, not like a stand, but like made a statement on like, that's fine. Muslan army that can be both. If I ever, oh yes, okay, yeah, that's cool. If I can ever fully work out the current setting for whether Muslan has gone vampiric or not. That sounds... Oh, War Masters, that sounds really cool. How much of are you going to try and 3D print all of that? Renegade Pack makes as many new issues as it solves anyways. Particularly, like, when the Cathay come out, at least there'll be 10 factions to pick from. So, it's... It'll give enough variety, I think. And also, issues are fine. Like, you don't want a balanced game. If you get a balanced game, it's boring. You want exciting things. And the old world community seems to be pretty like excited about things rather than, oh, I just want to run a meta list. Oh, sorry, the Renegade pack that the old world that Square Base have done. Oh, okay. Ah, right. So you can still run like Dark Elves and stuff. Gotcha. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. That's better. I thought that you'd meant that. Yeah, I did. I misunderstood what you meant. Also have armies for Sublight Gravelords, STD, Slaves to Darkness, DOT, Disciples of Tzeentch, Skaven, Nighthaunt, Seraphon, Cities, Flesh Eater Court, Sylvaneth, and Irondraws. Fucking hell, Mannerings, wow. Also, issues are only persistent if you allow them to stand in your way by adhering to them. Just change what you don't like. The rules are just a guideline from the old world. I can still take Chorse or Ogres if I wanted. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, the Renegades pack is... the Renegades pack's okay. Like, I kind of like the approach that he did of like, well, they clearly just like typoed this or missed this. That was okay. They still have vampire counts there, screaming armies to death. Why is the scream so specifically not like anything else in the game? Like, I don't get why that isn't just a thing that shoots rather than, oh yeah, it just ignores all the other game. It's like the wall of text on it. They seem to have intentionally made it obtuse and different to every other thing that shoots or does some sort of range effect in the entire game for no apparent reason. Yeah. Anyway, right. Vampire counts. Yes. Roar! I need to get the head that looks forward. Actually, no. I need to get the head that looks back and trim it so that it looks forward, because the head that looks back is the best one because it's bald. So I need to find that. Well, the reason is probably to make it unique, but like everything's unique. Everything's unique in of itself with just the ability of all the special rules and stuff. Laura has IDK. Ideneth Deepkin. Caradron Overlords. GSG. What's GSG? The fuck is GSG? I'm not looking at chat. I'm going to remember what GSG is. I'm not going to remember what GSG is. GSG. Gloomspite Gits. Got it. Gloomspite Gits and Bretonian. Why does a giant have a table for its attacks? Is a bit more unique sometimes. That is all there is to it. This is a fun game. This is a fun game. What's GSG? What the fuck is GSG? You did it. Yay! Yay me. Can we get some hype in chat, please, for me? Can we get some hype in chat, please, for your favourite Twitch streamer? Thank you very much, everybody. I finally remembered what GSG stands for. It took a long time as well. I don't know where Gloomspite Gits finally came from either. Right. So, right, what we were talking about. So I've got all of the Glade Guard. The Glade Guard are all here. They're all just normal bear heads, no hoods. So that's I've got 2 units of 5. 2 units of 5 of the Glade Guard, although I was thinking about, I haven't put the heads on all of them yet, I was thinking about doing unit fillers for the Glade Guard, so I only had to do 4 archers and then do a tree stump. SOB? I was going to say Blades of Corn, but that's not even close. Sons of Bearmat. Sons of Beermat. Hendy, that is a different discussion entirely. I was answering a why not just add another shooting attack. They massively overdid screams. Yes. Hype in chat for Chris's Brain. Yay! Be okay, Blades of Corn. Sons of a bitch. Oh dear. Yeah, the Gargants are like they're the same as Imperial Knights. Like, hats off if you play them, but I'm just not interested. The Chaos Knights. I had a friend of mine play the Chaos Knights, and he did it first, and it was just after he played. He played like a really complicated Chaos army at a tournament, where he had to be like really like everything had to be in the right place. And all the rules interactions had to be like perfectly spaced, and like if you had one thing out of position, then that didn't get the buff or didn't pass the buff on appropriately to like 3 different units, and it was like a really mental gymnastics kind of army. And then the next tournament, he took 4 knights, and he was like, this is just the way forward. It's fucking brilliant. It's like an hour and the game's finished, and I can go and have a pint. It's the least thinking I've ever had to do at a tournament. Yay! Hype me! Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Hype me all the time. Hype me for getting Gloomspike Gets right. Yeah, I think the screams. I don't know. Do you think they will adjust the screams, or do you think they won't know? Well, not that they won't know. Do you think they won't care that they are slightly overpowered because they're not used in Games Workshop events? So they're just like, well, it doesn't affect us. Guess who's building Space Wolves, by the way? My sister. My sister might be. Oh no, I don't. My sister doesn't collect Games Workshop stuff, so probably not my sister. I've got a mate Barry down the road. He likes 40k. I don't know whether he's doing Space Wolves though. Am I getting close? Sounds like you said adjust the screams. Screaming should always be adjusted. Screaming should always be adjusted. Just. Is that's Ross from Friends, isn't it? You getting closer? Is it you, Sinister? Is it you? Is it you, Sinister? Sinister, I need to send you a message about these bases as well. Got loads of those AOS bases that I don't want. It is me. Yay! Congrats. Congrats. Space Wolves have arrived. Wait, who's a screamer? Who's a screamer? Tobes, I think. I think Tobes was Tobes. Oh dear. His sister. Now. Hey Yak, how you doing? Do you have a source for thicker acrylic rods for flying models? I just go on eBay and make sure I get acrylic rather than PVC. Because if you get PVC, it's too bendy. You just get like a 5mm acrylic rod from eBay. You bought her into this, not me. Wolves. Wolves. I need dire wolves. I do need dire wolves. Need dire wolves and dire wolves. If I do that hierarchy for bases, where the higher up the like importance level, so like necromancers will have a few of these tiles on their bases, all the way up to like the vampire lord and zombie dragon that's on a whole courtyard. The dire wolves will be miles away from the courtyard, like the lowest of the low, so they'll just have like a couple of scattered bits of cracked tiles, and then everything else will just be dirt. You need thunder wolves. Thunder wolves. Oh, Thundercats are on the loose. Who's coming for dinner? I just barbecued 8 chicken breasts. Oh my god, and I'm putting a whole salmon fillet in next. I have pre-prepped dinners for the week. I'm coming for dinner? Oh my god, Spike, that sounds amazing. Spike, yes. Spike, yes. Yes, Spike, yes. I'm in. Sinister's in. Everybody's in. I think everybody's in for that. The dire wolves miles away from the courtyard, but the good boys need scritches and pans. I'll set the table and put the kettle on. Yeah. Oh, I really want to show you that model. Can't show you that model yet. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. I can show you that one though. I need to do the glows on that. I need to do the glows on the hieratic jar. That's a cool little unit filler. Unit filler marker. Hieratic jar. That'll be in the. I need to airbrush all of this. Use that white ink, and then run white ink in there, and then do the fluorescent green. Screw the NDA. Show us a model. Nope. Set the table and put the kettle on. It's a cool model though. You're gonna like it. You're gonna like the model. You're gonna like the model. Is anything on Warcom, by the way? Has anything landed on Warcom today? Has anything landed on Warcom today? I like it less tomorrow, but I'd love it now. Featured news, rules, how to build an army in the new edition. No, nothing. Nothing, apart from that which we looked at yesterday, and the rumour engine, which looks like it's a vampire brazier or something. Horror, this must be coming out pretty soon as well then, because they're hyping up all of this. Crusade primary detachment. Look at all this. You want crunchy rules? Come to Specialist Design Studio. You want crunchy rules? Come to the Specialist Design Studio. 4 sword charts for 30k. How to build an army. Figure out the points for the models you own. Slap on upgrades you'll forget about in the game until you get to the right points. Yes. Hargrim's just yes. 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 Yes, everybody. Yes. Right. Oh, have you guys seen Rich Gray's Vampire Lord? Have you guys seen Rich Gray's Vampire Lord? So it's got like a red gold, which looks quite cool. So a possibility for something. Quite like that. He's going to be so kind of tight on that base, isn't he? I'm guessing Blood Knights fit on the 30s. So he can go in a unit of Blood Knights and he fits. I mean, it's RG, so obviously not very good. Can he even paint? Like, has he even won anything? Like, right. Has he even won anything? Does he even stream? Okay, so I think, unless anybody has any kind of chin-waggy chit-chats to do, I think I'm going to go make some dinner, and we'll probably raid Ren, because Ren's probably on right now, right? And then I'll see you all tomorrow, and I promise I'll paint something tomorrow. I'm going to get all of these primed. Now I've kind of built them all, so I'm going to get them all primed. I'm kind of annoyed that I used this head on this one, because all the other ones I've built have all got like little face masks on. So I'm kind of annoyed that I've used the wrong hood on this one. But that's fine. Did you get anything done today? I did, yeah. I did all these bases, didn't I? I did the bases. Make him the champ. Yeah, that's true actually. Maybe I'll just make him the champ. Maybe I'll just make him the champ. That's a good point. Maybe I'll do that. It's a cool pose though. I like that one. I do like that one. So yeah, we did bases, didn't we? So we did all these. And there, you see, you can now see how those just a tiny little bit, tiny bit of lift on the feet. It's just lifted them up above and it's made the elves look taller again. He's like sunk into the forest floor a bit. What would you do without me? Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I got loads of them today. Raw Masters, throw. Unless you have you put the list in Old World for Toby's army? Have you put that list in yet? Or is that the one? Hang on, is it the one with 2? I didn't think Ren was streaming today. Oh, is she not? Well, we get to raid somebody else then. You looked at it yesterday. Oh, so it was the one that I was like, hang on a minute, you've made him buy like 18 kits. Cool. Okay, right. So let's go find somebody to raid then. Who is on? Is Rob not on? I thought Rob was streaming again. One kit, but yes. Oh, because you can build 2 out of that. Okay, yep. Oh shit, Peach is on. There we go. There's a nice easy raid. We don't get to raid Peachy normally. So Peachy tips. There we go. We'll raid Peachy and interrupt his waffling. Right. Thank you very much, everybody. I will see you all tomorrow. I promise I'll do some painting tomorrow. I promise I'll do some painting tomorrow. Could I paint some dark elves? Maybe I could paint some dark elves. Maybe I could find, if I could find a head and give her a head and an extra arm, maybe I could paint some dark elves. That would be cool. Right. Take care, everybody. Have a good evening. Be awesome. Be fantastic. La 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 la. Etc. 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 And I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye.